Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Click the subscribe button if you want more weekly updates and also click the bell icon for further notifications. Now let's get into the video. Tenses. Saying I eat fish is not the same as saying I'm eating fish. But what's the difference? To understand why the two statements are different, you need to understand English tenses. Tenses tell you when something happens. Getting the tense wrong in a sentence can lead to confusion and misunderstandings. Learning English tenses can seem difficult at first, but all you need to do is remember a few sentence structures and learn a few simple rules. Now, let's get into the video. Tenses. There are only three basic tenses in English language: the past, the present, and the future. The past is used for anything that happened before this moment, that is, at the present of time. The present is used for anything that happens right now or for general statement. The future is used for anything that will happen at some point later than present. Tenses of verbs are used to express time. They indicate the time and the state of action. For singular, we have to write verb plus s form. For plural, we have to use verb. Example, writes is the singular, write is the plural. Verbs end with s when subject is singular and do not end with s when the subject is plural in the present tense. There are 12 tenses. Let's see what are they. First one is simple present, then present continuous, then present perfect, then present perfect continuous. In past, past, that is simple past. Or next one is past continuous, next one is past perfect, next is past perfect continuous, next is future, simple future, future continuous, future perfect, then future perfect continuous. It's better to understand with example. Now let's take the verb play, that is simple present, that is for singular it is plays, for plural it is play. Present continuous, we have to add am, is or verb plus ing, that is playing. For present perfect, we have to use has, have, v3 form, played. For present perfect continuous, we have to use has, have, been plus verb plus ing, that is playing. Similarly for past tense simple past played. Past continuous, instead of am, is or we have to use was, were, then verb plus ing. Past perfect had played. Then past perfect continuous had been playing. Then simple future will or shall plus play, that is present tense verb only we have to use here. Next, future continuous will or shall be playing. Future perfect will or shall plus have plus v3 form, will have or shall have plus v3 form. Next, future perfect continuous will or shall have been playing. Now in English we have 12 tenses. They are simple present, she writes letter. Simple past, she wrote letters. Simple future, she will write letters. Present continuous, she is writing letters. Past continuous, she was writing letters. Future continuous, she will be writing letters. Next, perfect. Present perfect, she has written letters. Past perfect, she had written letters. Future perfect, she will have written letters. Present perfect continuous, she has been writing letters. Past perfect continuous, she had been writing letters. Future perfect continuous, she will have been writing letters. Now let's see about present tense. Its form is verb or verb plus s or es. It is true in the present. Example, he works in a studio. Here, works is the present tense. She is 60 years old. Is the verb here. So, it is in present tense. We live in Chennai. Here, live is the verb here, which is in present tense. Then simple present also expresses habits. I always drink coffee at work. Here, drink is the verb. He wakes up at 7 a.m. every day. So he wakes up every day, he wakes up at 7 a.m. Here, wakes, it is expressing habit. So here the verb wakes is the present tense. They usually eat dinner at home. Here, usually, regularly, they eat dinner at home. It also expresses habit. Here, eat is the verb which is in present tense. Simple present also expresses general facts and truths. Example, the earth revolves around the sun. Here, revolves is the verb. It is a truth factor. The sun rises in the east. It is also a truth factor. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. It is the fact. So here revolves, rises, boils. These are all verbs and it is in present tense. This simple present also expresses future timetables or schedules. My train arrives tomorrow. We fly to Paris on Monday. Classes begin next week. So these are all future schedules. Tomorrow, Monday, next week. These are all future timetable, future schedules we had planned already. So here we can use simple present tense. How do we use the simple present tense? We use the present simple or simple present tense to talk about general time, that is action verb, situation now, that is dative verbs, general time and situations now, verb be. Look at these examples. I live in New York. Here, live is the present tense. The moon goes round the earth. Here, goes is the present tense. John drives a taxi. Drives is the present tense. He does not drive a bus. Here, does not drive is the present tense. We meet every Thursday. Here, meet is in present tense. Now, let's see the keywords. If you find the keywords every day, sometimes, always, often, usually, seldom, never, first, then you can use simple present tense. Next is present continuous. Present continuous is expressed as am, is, or plus verb plus ing form. Why we are using am, is, or, which means present. So here present be verbs, that is am, is, or we are using. Then verb, since it is continuous, we are adding ing. It expresses what is happening now. It is raining. I am eating lunch now. And also it is used for fixed plans. I am meeting my friends after work. Temporary actions. I am working in New York this week. Then also it expresses trends. More and more people are using cell phones to access the internet. Here Is raining, am eating, am meeting, am working, and then at last sentence are using. These are the format of present continuous. Present continuous is used when what is happening now, then for fixed plans, then for temporary action, and also for trends. How do we use the present continuous tense? We use the present continuous to talk about action happening now, then action in the future. That is, for first let's see for present continuous action happening now. That is exactly now. I am eating my lunch. That is that time I am eating my lunch. Look at this example for action that is happening in future. We are eating at Joe's cafe tonight. We have already booked the table. They can play tennis with you tomorrow. They are not working. So it is future planned action, and at that time we can also use present continuous. Now let's see the keywords. Now, at the moment, look, listen. Let's move to the next tense, which is present perfect. This is the form which has or have plus past participle, that is V3 form. It is also when it is used action completed in the immediate past. We have planned the meeting for next week. I have joined the duty. She has completed the homework. Just then, the immediate past. After the completion of the action, we are using present perfect. Even in the past, at an unspecified time, this action in an unspecified time, that event in the past, we are using present perfect. Example, she has been to Paris. I have seen that movie. The time is not mentioned here. Then for the actions, duration from the past until now, there is a duration from the past to present perfect. See, he has been a teacher since 2002. From that is since 2002 he has been a teacher, and still now he is the teacher. Like that, in this type we are using present perfect. Then it also expresses change over time. Your English has improved since the last time we met. My niece has grown a lot in the past year. So there is a change in your slang or appearance at the time. That is time change. We can use present perfect. For repeated events in the past until now, we can use present perfect. We have had 4 exams so far in this semester. So till now we had 4 exams. I have been to this restaurant many times since I moved next door. Already I am coming here to this restaurant. Now let's see how do we use the present perfect tense. This tense is called the present perfect tense. There is always connection between the past and with the present. We use this present perfect to talk about experience, change and continuing situation. Usage of for and since with present perfect tense. We often use for and since with the perfect tenses. We use for to talk about a period of time, that is 5 minutes, 2 weeks, 6 years. Then we use since to talk about a point in the past, 9 o'clock, 1st January, Monday, like that. So for is used to express a period of time. Since is used to express a point in past time. Look at these examples for and since with present perfect tense. I have been here for 20 minutes. I have been here since 9 o'clock. John hasn't called for 6 months. John hasn't called since February. Now let's see the keywords. The keywords are just, it, never, ever, already, so far, up to now, since, for, recently. Now let's move to the next tense, present perfect continuous. The format is have or has plus been plus verb plus ing. Here have is used for plural subject and has is used for singular subject. Now let's see the usage. The present perfect continuous is used to refer to an unspecified time between before now and now. The speaker is thinking about something that started but perhaps it did not finish in that period of time. He or she is interested in the process as well as the result, and this process may still be going on or may have just finished. At that time, we are using this present perfect continuous, usually for unfinished actions. To say how long for unfinished actions which started in the past and continue to the present. We often use this with for and since sentences. Already we had seen this for and since in present perfect tense. I have been living in London for 2 years and still I am living there is the meaning. She has been here since 2004 and still she is working here. We have been waiting for the bus for hours and still we are waiting. This is the meaning here. We don't know whether the action is finished or not. That is unfinished actions. We are using this present perfect continuous. How do we use this present perfect continuous tense? This tense is called the present perfect continuous tense. There is usually a connection with the present or now. We use the present perfect continuous to talk about past action recently stopped and past action still continuing. Let's see about the present perfect continuous for past action just stopped. That is, this tense talk about the action that started in the past and stopped recently. There is usually a result now. I am tired because I have been running. So the result is running. Here he is running for a long time and he is tired. At this time we are using this present perfect continuous. Now we can see for the past action which is continuing now. This is often used with for or since. Example, I have been reading for 2 hours. That is for the past and still I am continuing to read the book like that. That is the meaning. This tense, that is present perfect continuous, is used for the action that started in the past and continue in the present. She has been waiting for you all day and still she is waiting. I have been working on this report since 8 o'clock in this morning. So still I didn't finish it. I am working. They have been traveling since last October and they have not at home. Next one, we are going to see the examples. Look at these examples. He will be tired when he gets here. He will have been traveling all day. How long will Joe have been working when he retires? Next month, I will have been studying Chinese for 2 years. Will you have been working when I arrive? Look at these example sentences using for and since with present perfect continuous. I have been studying for 3 hours. I have been watching TV since 7 p.m. Tara hasn't been feeling well for 2 weeks. Tara hasn't been visiting us since March. Next, let's see the keywords. All day, the whole day, how long, since, for. These are the keywords for present perfect continuous. Next we are going to see past tense. Past tense is used in series of completed actions. She sat down, took out a notebook and pen and started writing. He entered the room, turned in my direction and smiled at me. Then past tense is used for habits in the past. John played the piano when he was a child. I was good at dancing when I was a teenager. So here the not now. When I was teenage, I was good at dancing. When I was a child, I played the piano. That means not now. At these situations, we are using simple past tense, that is past form of the verb. Here, sat, took, started, entered, turned, played, was. These are past tense. How do we use this simple past tense? We use the past tense to talk about an action or situation or an event in the past. The event can be short or long. Here are some short events with past tense. The car exploded at 9:30 a.m. yesterday. She went to the door. We did not hear the telephone. Did you see that car? So these examples shows that the actions that happened in the past, that is yesterday. Next, let's see the keywords. Last, ago, in 1990, yesterday. Now let's see about past continuous tense. The format of past continuous is was or were plus verb plus ing. Here was and were are the be verbs of past tense. Then it is continuous, so we are adding ing to the main verb. Past continuous is used for the action before and after a specific time. Example, yesterday at noon I was eating lunch. Then it is also used for interrupted continuous past action. I was watching a movie when she called. So the action is interrupted to start a story or create an atmosphere. While I was driving to work yesterday, and like that we are beginning. For repeated action, often with always. So we are using past continuous with always. Mutest roommate was always leaving dirty dishes in the sink. Then for parallel actions, I was reading while my brother was playing guitar. Here I was reading is past continuous, but at the same time my brother was playing guitar. How do we use this past continuous tense? The past continuous tense expresses action at a particular moment in the past. The action started before that moment but has not finished at that moment. For example, yesterday I watched a film on TV. The film started at 7 p.m. and finished at 9 p.m. So here the past continuous tense is used. Example, at 8 p.m. yesterday I was watching TV. Now let's see the keywords. While is the keyword for past continuous tense. Now let's see the tense past perfect. The format of past perfect is had plus V3 form, that is past participle. Past perfect is used for an action completed before a past action. When we arrived, the class had already begun. So this when we arrived, that is the class had already begun is the completed action. An action completed before a past action, we use this past perfect. Then in reported speech, my student said that he had not done his homework. Then it is also used in third conditional of if clause. If it had rained, I would have bought an umbrella. A period of time before an event in the past. We had owned our house for 20 years before we sold it. So before we sold it, we had owned, that is past completed action. That is long period of time. For 20 years we had owned the house, like that. In these conditions we are using the past perfect tense. How do we use this past perfect tense? This past perfect tense expresses action in the past before another action in the past. This is the past in the past. Example, the train left at 9 a.m. We arrived at 9:15 a.m. When we arrived, the train had already left. Now let's see the keywords. Already, just, never are the keywords. Now let's see about past perfect continuous tense. The format is had been plus verb plus ing. Continued action in the past before an action in the past. Example, he had been waiting for an hour when she finally arrived. Then it is used in the while cause of something in the past. He went on a diet because had been eating too much. It is also used in if, that is impossible condition. If I had been paying attention, I would not have got into an accident. And it is also used in reported speech. She said that John had been helping her study for months. How do we use this past perfect continuous tense? The past perfect continuous tense is like the past perfect tense, but it expresses longer actions in the past before another action in the past. Example, Ram started waiting at 9 a.m. I arrived at 11 a.m. When I arrived, Ram had been waiting for 2 hours. Now let's see the keywords. How long, since, for are the keywords. Now let's see about future tense. The format of future tense is shall or will plus verb. This future tense expresses willingness, will plus verb. Someone is at the door. I will say who it is. That is at the present moment. I will help you with your homework tonight. That is offer. She won't tell me her password. That is refusal. Then future tense is used for future fact. My mother will get a football today. For planned or intention action, we should use the be going to plus verb. That is immediate future or decided future. Example, I am going to watch a movie tonight. He is going to have a party this weekend. This expresses future tense. Now let's see when do we use this future tense. When there is no plan, we use this future tense. We use the future tense when there is no plan or decision to do something before we speak. We make the decision spontaneously at the time of speaking. Example, hold on, I will get a pen. We'll see what we can do to help you. Now, let's see about future continuous tense. The format of future continuous is will or shall plus be plus verb plus ing form. For an action in progress at a time in future, she will be taking an exam at 2 p.m. tomorrow. So don't call her then. Then, for emphasis of future plans and intentions, they will be coming to visit us next week. Then, it is also used while interrupted action in the future. I will be waiting for you when you arrive tonight. Then, parallel actions in the future. She will be watching TV and he will be cooking dinner. While he cooks dinner, she will be watching TV. These are the future continuous tense. How do we use the future continuous tense? The future continuous tense expresses action at a particular moment in the future. The action will have started before that moment, but it will not have finished at that moment. For example, tomorrow I will start work at 2 p.m. and stop work at 6 p.m. At 4 p.m. tomorrow I will be working. Now let's see about future perfect tense. The format is shall or will plus have plus V3 form. Future perfect is used a completed action before something. By the time you arrive, I will have finished the project. Duration before something in future. By Friday, she will have had my car for a whole week. She will have been in Paris for 6 months by the time she leaves. How do we use the future perfect tense? The future perfect tense expresses action in the future before another action in the future, that is, past in the future. For example, the train will leave the station at 9 a.m. You will have at the station at 9:15 a.m. When you arrive, the train will have left. Now, let's see about future perfect continuous tense. Format of future perfect continuous is will or shall plus have been plus verb plus ing. It expresses cause of something in the future. Her English will be excellent by time she visits the US because she will have been studying it for 5 years. He will be tired by the time he arrives because he will have been traveling all day. Then future perfect continuous is used duration before something in the future. He will have been waiting for an hour when she finally arrives. She will have been working at the company for 10 years by the time I retire. How do we use the future perfect continuous tense? The future perfect continuous tense is like the future perfect tense, but it expresses longer actions or states extending up to some specific event or time in future. Example, Ram starts waiting at 9 a.m. I am late and cannot arrive before 10 a.m. Ram will have been waiting for an hour by the time I meet him. Hope you understood. You did it. To learn tenses, you need to follow 3 rules. Pay attention to the verbs. Learn the rules of English tenses. Don't be shy to practice. If you like to have further notification, don't forget to click the bell icon.